Bienvenido, welcome to Oni Boi, your favorite hobby tourist. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. You know, I love starting every single day, doing my dailies. You know, I get up early. I usually work a little bit, make some breakfast, take my daughter to school, usually go out for like a nature walk or like maybe like run some errands. Today, actually, we didn't really do that. Kind of like, I guess I've been like changing it up lately. Now we're doing like our nature walks usually more in the evening just because like the weather has changed. I don't know about you guys, but for where I'm at, the weather has gotten a little warmer. So I was like, okay, so like let's change it up. We should probably do it maybe like when the sun's going down instead of like when the sun is like already at its not peak, but it's pretty high up there. And I was like, all right, like maybe we should change this. Hey, welcome in Oni, Allen, Flopix, Warmorka. Hope you're having all a wonderful day today. You know I am. I get to hang out with you guys, which is always a big plus for me. Hey, I just realized something. Hold up. Let me fix something. I knew I forgot something. I know. I was like the other day you peeked in, right? I saw that you peeked in, and I was like, hey, I was like, Oni Allen, and then like you were gone. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Like you probably had something to do. But I was still like, hey, I got to see you for like a brief moment, which is nice. Always nice to have you in. It's always like really nice to see you guys when you're here. Like I know like some of you guys watch videos later or whatever, right? But it is nice when you're actually here. We get to chat, we get to talk, you know. I had to go to school. No, I mean, of course you have school. That just makes sense. You know, like obviously you have school. That's yeah, duh. All right, let me catch up with the chat because I know you guys were talking a little bit earlier. I'm gonna see for okay. Oh, nice. Flopix going to hang out with some friends later. That's cool. My game had the models already in. Nice, Alan, getting some progress with your game. The game's called The Party Goes On. First chapter is party. Okay, I like it. Was like any new mods? No, we still haven't got to 1,000. When I get to 1,000, like, well, no, we already got the first one, which I did like pre-1,000, you know, which is Mr. Ghost. I won't do another mod until like 2,000. You know what I mean? So as soon as I get to 2,000, then that's when I'll do the other mod. Just because like I was like, well, I'll wait till 1,000, but then I was like, you know what? I guess I could just give it to Mr. Ghost. It was gonna be Mr. Ghost anyways. You know, and then when I get to like 2,000, I'll do like a different, I'll be like somebody else, probably like Stormy or something, just because like when I get to 2,000, I'll probably be doing the later streams, you know, because I want to do streams that are later and earlier, I guess, like earlier and later. That's like ideally what I would want to do if I could do this full time. You know, eventually we could do this. Like, you know, full-time dev or even full-time streaming wouldn't be that bad. But let's see. Oh, and of course I see Flopix dropping in the 3 emojis. Thank you so much. I was actually about to say that. I want to see those 3 emojis. 1, 2, 3 emojis describing how your day has been, maybe something you're excited about, and I want to try to guess. You know, you guys could also try to guess too. But I do think it's kind of fun for me to guess. You don't have to tell me if I'm right or am I wrong. You're like, not even close. You know, you don't have to tell me afterwards. But if you want, you can tell me, of course. And then Alan, you were at 721 last time, and now you're at 775. I know. I'm like, it's like growing very slowly. You know what I mean, Alan? And then, yes, let's see. Flopix with eating some Burger King? That's what I'm guessing. I mean, that doesn't sound like, well, I wouldn't say Burger King because the last time I had like Burger King, it was not good. I'm being honest. I know it's very dependent on each location, but the one I went to was not good. It was not good. I was like, ooh. But it was very like spongy. You know, you understand what I mean? I don't know if you guys ever had like a bad burger, like everything just tastes like a sponge. And you're like, yeah, no, this is like the good. I like those little places. You know what I'm talking about? Those little tiny places, like the mom and pop shops where you go in, like it's the person who owns the place is actually working there. And it's usually so different, like the food. I love those kind of burgers. I remember those one I used to go with my dad and my brother. we would go to this one called the Counter, which is funny because like it is like a chain. The Counter is a chain, but like each individual place is owned by the owner, like they're owners. So the person who worked there, you know, like was like the person who bought the chain or whatever, who bought that particular chain. Let's see, Flopix over here. It's fast. We also grab kid meals for toys. Like BK better than really. Like for me, both of them are just, they're not good. I feel like the quality went down so much with that kind of food. At least where I'm at, it's not good. You know, it's just poor quality. I always like I said, I like the local places, the little local places. Those are always so good, especially burgers. Oof, man, I haven't had like a good burger in a while. Just because, like, you know, like my daughter Bingo, my fiance, they're not like burger people. Like neither of them are. I'm more of the burger person. Like I'll make them at home. I'll make some burgers for myself. But I mean, at a place I haven't done in a while. Let's see. Oni Allen, this is the first enemy toy, but he's very important. He's a blue cat alien? Wait, what? Really? McDonald's is... Actually, I do remember McDonald's. Last time I went to a McDonald's, it was very pricey. You're right. I do remember it being pricey compared to how I remember it as a kid. It used to be crazy cheap. All right, let's see. It's four-armed cat toy that's blue. A four-armed cat toy. That sounds like Stitch a little bit. It's giving me like Stitch vibes when you said four arms and it's a cat toy. I'm getting those vibes, Alan. You know what I mean? That's the vibe I'm getting, like Stitch. But Stitch, I would say, he leans more, for me at least, to be like a koala. You know what I mean? Because he looks like a koala with like four arms. Okay, then purple I can do. What do you mean? No, I'm just saying like a cat is different. When I think cat, if you're doing like four-armed cat, then I would have to go with the Displacer Beast in D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. That's probably like the closest I would like when you said it. Oh, okay, blue cat with four arms. I was like, well, okay, those are the Displacer Beast, which had like tentacles. I don't know if you ever played D&D. But there's like this, it's pretty much like a panther. Like imagine like a panther with four legs, or like four arms. Like it has 6 in total, and then it has extra 2 tentacles on its shoulder blades, and its whole thing is it lives in between 2 planes, and it could jump. It like blink back and forth. It's really interesting. Actually, I might do a 2-headed cat. I had an idea for a jump scares, but I'll be orange. Oh, okay. Interesting. What? That sounds like it could be fun. How big is this cat? Is it like a regular cat, or are you talking about, is it huge? You know, is it like a big cat? What's the direction for this? I'm curious. Hey, what is it? Stinky Eggman, thank you for the follow. That was very nice of you. I'm glad that you like it. We're currently doing some doodles. I know that's one thing I do really like of Streamlabs. When Streamlabs works, they usually just throw in some stuff. That's me, War Morka. Oh, it's War Morka. I was actually wondering because I noticed you left. But then I guess you're back. Very cool. Oh, you're on both now. Okay. I see you on both. Whoa, you are a what's his face? Buzzwole. You know what I'm talking about? The buff mosquito. You're the buff mosquito, and you're also a jet plane, a mega jet plane. No, I didn't say anything. Ah, okay. That's cool. No, I guess I think there's like a timer. So there's like an amount of time. If you don't type anything for a certain amount of time, the sprite will leave. I don't know what the time is. I would have to like check it. You know what I mean? I have to like fiddle with that, but I think it should be okay. You know what I mean? The background doesn't give them justice still. I know. Wait. The guys? Oh, I see what happened to Buzzhole. Oh. Well, I can't like, which color would I do? Because there's the Pokemon, that's the thing with Pokemon, they're all the colors. So no matter what color I do, it's gonna change, it's gonna look bad. Yeah, I was playing Minecraft in the background. Oh, nice. Cool, cool. Alan, but it will all be big cats. I can split into 2 cats with 1 head, you know. Oh, interesting. No, they don't have. So what I'm doing, if you're curious, I will show you. I'll show you guys just briefly. It's like behind the scene magic, you know? Okay, so what I do, I actually put a filter on it. So I'm doing like a thing. Here, I'll show you. So I'm gonna remove the filter temporarily. Okay, check this out. Ta-da! That's what it looks like. On my screen, this is what I see. Yeah, oh, I'm just saying for like all you guys, this is what it does. And then I tell it, I go over here and like I tell it, oh, remove that color. So I guess Buzzwole looks too close to this color. You know what I mean? And before I had green, but green is so you use it so much, and there's no way of me like really doing anything else. I wish it was just like transparent. That would be way better, right? We are continuing our drawing of zinnia. Let me see if I could. Can I change it? I think not really. I don't think there is anything I could change. Let's see. I'm like looking now. See if I could mess with something. Quick access to the background. It only exists. Yeah, I can't do anything else. There is. I wish there was a transparent setting, but there's none. You know, I could change the color, but it's not gonna do anything. It would just do it a different color. And it would just like the vicious cycle of going through again and again and again. I'm gonna go, well, oh no. Where is it? It's like up here, right? Select that color. There we go. All right, we're back at it. Let's go back. I'm gonna put on the filter. And here it is. Like I said, I wish it was. It's the same thing with my Oni Boi. Oni Boi's green. You know what I mean? With Oni Boi, it's the same thing. Or Morka, what are we drawing today? I wasn't really paying attention. We're drawing this. We're drawing Zinnia from Pokemon. She's right here. This is what she actually looks like. But this is my version. She's gonna be like jumping. But no, like for me, oh, I know. There's like so many. All you guys are like attacking my Oni Boi. Yeah, let me fix that. Hold up. Get off of Oni Boi. Here, no, hold on. Like, let me grab you guys. Get out of here. No, what are you doing? Oh, you know what I should do? I just thought I should put a wall. I could put a wall around my guy. Hold up. Let's do that. Let's do that. I don't mind it, but I think it is kind of, I do understand what you guys are saying. Where it's like, is this like right here? I'm like right here, right? There we go. I will add a little wall around Oni Boi. And I guess I should put a ladder too. I'll put like a ladder just so you guys could reach it. There we go. And then I'll add a ladder. One moment, I know. You guys are like, what is he doing? I'm just like messing around with the ladder. I'll add a ladder right here. There you go. And there we go. Okay, so now you guys can climb around me. I knew he didn't like us. No, I like you guys. Hello, Fantasia. Welcome in. I was afraid I would ask if it was a Pokemon or your auras. I forgot. No, no worries, Alan. No, this is a Pokemon. This is definitely a Pokemon. We're not doing mine today. A different day. What are you doing up there? I'm like looking at this thing. It's just like Streamlabs is hanging on top of me. Streamlabs is so random. All right, let's do this. There we go. Oh, look, you're wait, where is it? Oh, I see it. Fantasia Knight. You are a, don't tell me. It's like Archeops, right? That one's Archeops, I believe. It's the baby. It's the baby one. Because it's a cute one. It's the one that has Defeatus in the actual game, which is that's a terrible idea, giving Defeatus to that poor Pokemon. Like, they gave it to such a cool Pokemon, but they kind of ruined it. You know what I mean? They kind of ruined it. You do you, Warmork. If you gotta study, go study. Good luck with having like a very easy study session. I'm gonna actually start doodling because all I've been doing is chatting. Well, like chatting and kind of like setting it up so you guys can walk around me. Hey, wait. Why is Oni Boi in front of you guys here? I should not be. Whatever. Anyways, who's these characters you're drawing? Who's this character? I'm drawing Zinnia from Pokemon. So this was suggested by Stella. Stella is currently not in the chat. This was yesterday. So what, if you're curious what I do, I have like a little roulette. I'll show you. I'll do it like quick just so you can see it. So I have a little roulette. I'll spin it. See, I'll spin it. And then whatever it lands on, we draw. And people drop the suggestions in the Discord. You know what I mean? So people drop it in the Discord. I put it up on my wheel and I do a spin. And then we start drawing. And then when I'm done, I usually... so like I'll probably... I don't know if I'll finish today. Maybe. I might finish today. If I finish today, then tomorrow would be a dev stream. Because I'm also working on an action-adventure video game where you go island to island helping people and creatures. And it's heavily inspired by Caribbean mythology. So if you're into like Zelda or Pokemon, you'd probably be into the game I'm working on. I mean, it really depends. And like I said, it could go fast, Floppies, you know? It could be like a 2-stream one, or it could be a 3-stream, I don't know. Usually what takes me the longest, I feel at least, is the part of actually building it up. You know, like when I look at it, I usually feel like building it up is the part that takes the longest. Let's do this. And what is this? Oh, that's just Whismer. All right, let's start doodling. Lighten that up a little bit. So now, if you guys are curious, and like for anyone who doesn't know, I'll do like a super messy version, and then I'll do kind of like a sketch. I like doing like a sketchy version now at this point. And then after the sketchy version, I'll go again doing like actual line art. So it'll look a little better at the end, you know? This part is more of like a sketch just to make sure everything feels okay. Because when you do it like what's it called? The very, you know, like the building it, sometimes things change. Like after you look at it, you're like, oh, yeah, it looks fine. But then as soon as you start doodling it, you're like, actually, hold up. You're like, this looks odd, you know, or something. So I'm not like, don't think I'm going precious. At this point, I'm not. It's not precious, not even a little bit. You know, we're just like building it out. We're still like kind of like getting the shape down. So like already I can tell this is too thin, right? I went on like the thinner side for her arm. So like this, obviously in the finished version, we'll make it look a little nicer. And like, so this, they're like these things holding it. Yeah. They're kind of like, I'm looking at them. They would be like this shape, right? It's got like this shape going on to them. That's what like I'm saying. Like we're still in the building phase of this. It might go fast. We'll see. It really depends. Just because I feel like this character is so well made. Like this character is really well made. So it might go fast. It might. We'll see. Like it really depends on how easily the flow is for the work on this character. Like that? No. Like I want to give her a little bit more muscles. Yeah, oh, thank you. Yeah, I think so. I think this is a good one. I think Stella had a good choice. You know, like she picked good. She like they did a great choice picking. And then let's do this. No. There we go. Something like that. It should be like this. And then this one goes like that. Oh. And it will be like that. Let's see. So like that, and then like we'll probably add like some like little lines in it, like folds, not lines, folds. And then let's see over here. Actually, I want it more jagged, right? I want it a little bit more. No, I don't like that one. I did like the initial jaggedness of that. It was this one is the one. Nope. Something like this. I feel like that's not too bad, but at the same time, I'm kind of like not sold on this one. I feel like maybe we'll do the rounder one because I think they are supposed to be like burned. You know, I think they're supposed to be like the cape is burned up. So I think we'll go with that direction with it. And then this obviously has like this thing. It does actually hold up. How would that look? They kind of cheated, I feel. Like you know what I mean, right? They kind of laid it on top of it just so you couldn't see the bottom, but it's fine. We could do that too. Where it kind of like lays on top of the plates, like these little plates. The armor plating or whatever it is. Something like that. Oh no, hold it. And then oh, look at the hair again. Okay. It is like little chunks. We gotta like kind of like little chunks to her hair. No, I don't like that. That looked too chunky. And something like that, right? Okay, and then this one is, that's like where the ponytail goes. Like that. And then one like these. You see what I mean? Like we're kind of like building it up, and then later we'll actually see, okay, well, like these lines look okay. Now we actually make them look a little better, a little nicer. And let's do, I think like this. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Trust the process. Right, agreed. 100%. So we'll go back to the head. I just want to go down here. I'm like looking at it. And then this. So like the ball goes like that, right? Then the hand is like this. This is like the top of it. Thinking about it. Oh, hold up. So this is like the top of like she's like holding the top of the ball. Now let's see like this. Thinking like this one's gonna be like two. See like sort of, you see what I mean? So I did lay it out, but it doesn't look right because her hands are not like big old giant hands. Or similar thing. So it's like this. Trying to like imagine her holding it, right? And then like it would be like on the side. I could even like do like this where like you'd actually see the nail. But I think the fingers are usually a little rounder. Like not rounder, squarer, I mean. So it's kind of like this direction with this. What is this? Oh, little flakes off of my headset. My headset like dropped like little tiny flakes. I've had this headset. It's funny. I don't need a new one, but like my headphones, they are like old. I've had them for years. For like my music or whatever. There we go. I feel like that's looking okay. Obviously this wrist is I'm not happy with that wrist. I looked at it. There we go. I was like, she ain't like, she got like built, you know, she's a strong girl. So I need her to actually look like she would be strong. Actually, it'll be so fun. I thought of doing like maybe in the future we could do it. Of like, I was thinking like I wanted like to do a stream where I do like a theme and then you guys draw with me. And then at the end of the stream, we all share the drawings. You know what I'm talking about? But I feel like for that, I would want more people to be here. You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be really cool to do that. Like maybe in the summer when people are a little more like, hey, I'm down to like hang out and draw. I'm like, okay, here's a theme. And then let's start doodling together. And then like you guys post it on like the Discord, and then like I show mine. Obviously, you would see mine. I'm doing the process, but then you guys would also show yours, and I think that'll be like a longer stream though. It would have to be like, I was thinking like a 3-hour stream or something, just so we finish the whole thing. I think would be really cool. There's probably a website for that. Yeah. I'm like saying like I think it would be fun, just like to share it on the Discord. You know, all you guys just post it. You're like, hey, here it is. You know, like right now we don't have too many people in the Discord. We only have about how many? We have like 50. I think we have like 50 people in the Discord. Right? I think. Let's see. Best I could do is Among Us. What do you mean? For drawings? No, that's not like. That's like I think like you guys keep like putting yourself short. You know what I mean? For drawings, like come on, this is like supposed to be fun. Okay, I don't like that. I looked at it. I messed up on that. How is it goes around? It's just okay. It does go around. It just I don't know why I did it this way. There we go. See, like this. Actually, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be a tangent. This is not. If you're curious what a tangent is when lines that should not touch, like they're not associated with each other's touch. So technically, this is a tangent. But I'm like visually, I'm okay with it because it doesn't. Like, it didn't bother me, that one. But the other one actually did, just because it was too close to the middle. So if something like this, right? Like those like rules. Like it's funny when I feel like when like with art rules, right? People are like, oh, but it's like there are like rules in art. Like, isn't art supposed to be free form and stuff? It's like yes. So the thing with rules in art, you're supposed to know them so you could break them in an appropriate manner. You don't want to break the rule and you're like, oh, why does this look funny or funky or something? I don't know if you've ever seen like Van Helsing. Van Helsing, or not Van Helsing, it's Helsing. The comic, the manga. If you ever look at the vampires in that series, their arms make no sense. But the creator did it on purpose. Gotta differentiate realism. No, I'm just saying like, so like, for example, you know, there are like rules. For example, here I was still like a palm, right? We have like a palm, or can't even see it. So here's like a palm, right? Realistically, a hand looks kind of like this, right? Or it's kind of like this is kind of like a hand. So you have like realistic about like this size and this size. They're about the same. These two are about the same size on a hand. Hey, Salty, someone used my art as a stream avatar yesterday. Really? That's so cool. Who used it? I would love to check it out. But like I was saying, so you know, in like the rule of a hand, the palm and the fingers are about the same length, right? There should be about the same length. As soon as you know that you're allowed to break that, you're like, okay, so like what happened if I do a hand that's like crazy long fingers, right? Then you're like, oh, okay, that's very interesting. Now you have like a very creepy looking character. You know, it adds like a level of creepiness to it. Because it's like unsettling. You know what I mean? Where like you add like this layer of like, oh, what is creepy looking character? Why does he have fingers that are so long? But that's kind of like things that you could do when you know how to break the rules. You know, that's why I always say, like, oh, it's good to know the rules so you can break them when you want to. But I just thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do a stream where all you guys are like, you know, sharing your drawings too in the end. Like everyone's like, hey, let's all share our art. I think that'd be very cool and fun to do. And obviously there's like, it doesn't matter what level you are at as an artist, an illustrator, doodler. But I would want to do like a theme, you know what I mean? Like, hey, let's do like one that I really want to. I was actually talking to I was like an artist friend. We were talking about like superheroes. And I was saying it's funny how all superheroes, like for the most part, are based off of like the 1930s circus performers. I don't know if you guys know that. So like 1930s circus performers is what most superhero costumes are based on circus performer costumes from the 30s, which is interesting. I was thinking, what would be a modern superhero? Because like I feel like modern superheroes, they go for the space theme. I don't know if you've noticed that. A lot of superheroes, they'll have like, they'll look like people in spacesuits. That I blame that more on Marvel. You know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They did that theme where it's like, everything looks like spacesuits. And I was actually thinking, I was like, well, if I would design superheroes, like a modern superhero, I would probably go with like the idea of maybe like a firefighter. You know what I'm talking about? Just because like they're like rescue workers, and that's what I imagine as a person saving people. I would imagine they would have like that kind of clothing, where like not so much the cape, they would have like the big thick jackets, you know, and like it's just like super like strong durable material. And I was like, okay, I could imagine something like that would be kind of cool with maybe like a little bit of plates, like a little plated armor and some bits and pieces, but you'd still want high mobility if you're a superpowered human. That's like the direction I would go with. Because you'd also want the fluorescent lighting on the jacket, which it sounds funny, but like if you're thinking like in a practical way, if it was like a real life thing, it would look very different. See like what I'm talking about, where like this, we did the doodle, and now I'm like looking at it. Now I got to move the foot down because I didn't do it right. You know, we got to move this foot. Yeah, like pull this foot all the way down. Not all the way down, like a little bit. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I like jiggled everything. Now, let's go back. But yeah, I was thinking, like I was saying, like a modern superhero, what I would do is probably like a firefighter kind of design. But I think that something like that. You broke the foot. I did. I broke it. I broke the foot. Let's see. And it is. Oh, they're high tops. I just realized that. So technically, they should be like way up here, right? Hold on. Let me see how far apart. No, they're like in there. They're like in her shoe. Like now that I look at it, they're pretty much like inside of her shoe. Such an interesting design for her shoes. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at them. They're very interesting. These shoes are very neat. Hold up. So with something like this goes on the bottom, right? Obviously, here's the sole. The foot would be, or like the toes would be around here. Then this part goes up, but then like there's like a little hook piece or whatever. And then she got like little Velcro things. You know what I mean? She's got like, they're kind of like Velcro a bit. I got like that feel from them. So they go in like they're inside. Like they're inside, but then they come out over here. That's kind of like the vibe on these shoes. That's kind of how they look, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Like when I look at it, obviously I'll have to make that look a little better. What a design! No, I know. You can tell they're like, I think they're supposed to be like Velcro. Now let's do this. Like that. Like they're actually very, like, it's funny because if you look at the image, they're more on the edge than I originally thought. Right? They're like, oh, you could see it. They're very like close to the edge. So they're like almost only a little bit of like the actual shoe part. So it'll be like, so let's see, the shoe, let's do that, right? And let me make the eraser a lot smaller. Yeah, I'm like looking at the time. There's no way I'm gonna finish it today, because I do have some things to do. See, like this, it's more like that. And then let's do, actually, yeah, I kind of like that. Obviously, these toes look hideous. Oh, like these are, they ain't the toes. Something like that. And then like, let's make this smaller. And then, I'm like looking at these toes. Something like that. That doesn't look too bad. I like, obviously we're gonna go over everything, but I think as like for like the placement of things, I feel like it's okay. And then I want to like, let me fix this one. I want to fix that one a little bit. Let's fix it. There you go. But I was actually thinking about this the other day. I was thinking when I can go full-time game dev, right? Because I was like, well, I'll go full-time game dev. I would love, obviously I'd probably want to do more streaming and stuff. I'd probably end up splitting this up too. I'd split up the game dev stuff and the drawing stuff eventually too. Because, you know, I recently was able to split up the gaming and the, I'm looking at this. I split up the gaming and this stuff. So I was thinking eventually I probably want to do 3 channels. You know, have one that's 100% drawing, one that's just 100% game dev stuff, and then one that's just like me playing games. You know, hopefully this year I could do full-time game dev. That would be wonderful if I could do that. Or, you know, like if I could get be a full-time streamer, that'd be cool too. Game dev, I feel like is a little more plausible. You know, just because like to be a full-time streamer, you need a decent amount of subs. You know what I mean? You need a decent amount of subs to be a full-time streamer. Realistically, you need about like 50K. If you get like 50K, you could realistically live off of it. Like even then though, you have to be like, you have to be very smart about it. You can't just be like, oh, YouTube. No, YouTube doesn't pay that much. A lot of people don't realize that. YouTube actually doesn't give you that much money. What YouTube is good for, it's like a like an advertisement platform. Think of it like that way. They help advertise your other stuff. I'm like looking at this. Huh. I feel like the proportions are very off. You know, I'm looking at her leg. This leg is very short. We gotta fix this. This ain't it. This ain't it. We gotta fix it. He's like being hired off of popularity. Yeah, a little bit. It is. But there is like a lot of stuff to it too. Like there is stuff to it. I would say a lot of it has to do with time, like how much effort you put into it, and the content. Like what kind of content? Some kind of content is easier than others. You know? Like art, I would say is a difficult one. To be a popular artist, that's tough. You know, just because it is a little bit of a niche. It is a niche. It's like a niche content, and then you have to really go into whatever's popular. Like if I really wanted to, like let's say like full-time artist, right? Like doing like just these. How do you draw anatomy? No, like that would not do well. You know what I mean? Fantasia, that would do so poorly. Like what realistically, see, this is actually funny because I've spoken to some Mr. Ghost before about there's like a thing in advertisement. There's a thing called the 631. So you yeah, like that would be really bad. That's like a very, very niche group of people. So what you want to do in like advertisement, there's like a 631. So 6 is what people love. You know, for example, If I wanted to do art, right, I would have to find like what niche am I gonna draw for art, because just saying art in general, that doesn't really work. You know, for like example, who's somebody I follow? True Green 7. He does Fakemon art, so he's very hyper focused on Fakemon art. So he does Fakemon art, right? And then what else, what does he do for the 3? 3 is like things that he thinks that could be popular for his group. So what does he do? Is like, oh, let's do like Pokemon X, whatever franchise. I don't know, Invincible, for example. And then the 1 is usually something that's a little broader, that brings in a different audience that might be interested, but you're not sure. Usually this is something you find interesting and you want to add it up. I'm like, hey, okay. But like number 6 is like, oh, that's 100% you guys. Like you guys love, I don't know, you love Invincible, for example. I'm using Invincible as an example. You love Invincible, it's super hot, so you make Invincible stuff. You know, you do art that's related to Invincible. Then like the 2, you know, the 3. So they, you know, the 6 is Invincible. 3 is something related to like in that genre, but like different. Maybe like I don't know, like Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. I'm going like different. And then the 1 is something completely different that you're into, that would maybe people might like. But like me right now, I'm trying to, like, obviously I have my work, I have my family, all that stuff. But I'm like, for 6, I was kind of like wasting too much time. I feel like trying to get these streams ready. So I'm trying to go more 6 being my game, because my game is my important part for me. I want people to come for my game. And then 3 would be like the stream, you know, like doing the doodles and stuff. And then 1 would probably be me playing games with you guys in the afternoon. That's like if I'm breaking it up in that sense. Now, let's see. Let's do this. And I know, like, realistically, like right now, for example, this weekend I was busy, so I wasn't able to make some shorts. So when I'm done with this, I will do the. I don't know if you've noticed. If you haven't noticed, Floppix, I haven't posted the short for Oni Boi XD. You know, because usually it's Monday. Every Monday I'll drop a post, like drop a short of like the new team. You know, the team you get the challenge on Friday. I haven't done it yet. I haven't even made it, and it's Tuesday because I've been busy. You know, and I wish I could. I wish I could do all that stuff. You know, there's like, I don't know, like if you haven't noticed, Floppix, but yeah, I was like, I haven't posted it yet. I know I did, like we did the weather one, which is really fun. I loved it. And I do have another team. I have 3 other teams. I have them on my Switch. I have the 3 other teams ready. I just haven't made shorts for them. And I think they'll be fun. Hopefully people will enjoy them. I feel like it's kind of like this. I'm like looking at this. It is a lot of time. Like I know there's one YouTuber I really like, Jazzit. He's one of my favorite artists, but I've looked at his content, right? And like as a person who does like advertising and stuff like that, these feet are too big. As someone who does like advertising, I've looked at him and I was like, you know what? Realistically, I see, because recently he was saying that he's, you know, like the company, you know, his studio is struggling a little bit. And I was like, yeah, it makes sense because he's not in the Z guys. I know I want more people to try the champions. All of your badges like Ash, right? Yeah, that's gonna be so good. I think the next one's gonna be fun. I actually tried it out, my team, right? I'm not gonna tell you the team yet, okay? But I will tell you, I had somebody rage quit yesterday. I had somebody rage quit playing against me against this team that I'm working on, and I thought it was very funny. It was very funny because I switched out. They missed. Then they attacked again, and then after they realized they missed, they just rage quit. They're like, "Forget this, I'm done." And I was like, "Okay, fine." I was like, you don't have to be like that, but I get it. I would be frustrated too if I missed 2 times in a row. You're like, okay, whatever. But that is like a little thing of what happened in with this team that I'm that will be for this Friday. Is that it? I'm like looking at this. I feel like that's off. It looks off to me, but I think it is it. Right? Something like this. And something like that. And then we gotta build up the other area. I was also thinking of doing a dragon team based on Giratina critical with dragon cheer. Oh, that would be sick. I still haven't seen anybody use dragon cheer. You know what I mean? I know the move. I know of it, but I haven't seen anybody use in champions. Let's do her face. Now look at her face. What kind of eyes does she have? She's got like these. She's got like, I'm like, hold on. I'm like looking at the debris. She's like looking down. So she does have like a little bit of like cat eyes, a little bit. They got like this direction. Hold it. Let's do. It feels like too mean. No. There's something I'm doing it like wrong. I feel. Hold it. Let's look at her face again. She's got like this going on. Okay, let's do like I'm gonna like grab it. Just like I want to like copy and paste it and look at it next to let's do a copy. And then I'm going to do a lock that and we'll paste it. I just want to get it close to me just so I can have a version of it so I can look at it. And then we gotta rotate this because like she's looking down. So her eyes are more like this. Oh no, I guess she's still looking down. Okay, so she does have round eyes. She has very round eyes. Like they're rounder than I initially thought when I looked at them. I thought they were a little sharper, but they're not. They're actually kind of round. She's got like this going on. Yeah, it's like this. And then like, yeah, she's got like this thing going on. She does have like these are kind of sharp. That's like kind of the direction I feel like she's going with. Right? And let's do this into, what kind of nose she have? She has a nose. She has a nose. No, that ain't right. I think like the eyes, I made them too big. The eyes are huge. No. Let's fix these eyes. A little too big. Too big for her face. A little smaller again. There we go. I feel like that's a better proportion. Because I looked at it, I was like, that looks odd. I was like, that looks really odd. Her eyes are way too big. I do like it. Yeah, have a wonderful day, Flopix. I'll probably wrap it up in like 10 more minutes. Like 10 more minutes for this stream. Hey, no. But you do you. You have a wonderful day. Hope to see you later at the gaming stream. If not, that's okay too. Now let's do this. Now I'm thinking she's got like a little bit of like pops out. Her mouth, where would her mouth actually be now that I think about it? You know, like obviously her face is like this. It's kind of cool. No, her mouth would not be that low. Either way. Yeah, let's do like this. This is kind of like, oh, that's kind of about it, right? That just feels about right now that I look at it. She's got like, okay, wait. I kind of went like a little too dark, I feel, with the eyes. Like with the lines or whatever. See, erase of, oh no, I went too far. Let's redo. Oop. Not what I meant. What did I do? No, I want to redo it again. Hold up. Oh, I guess I went. Oh, I couldn't go redo again. Fine. Let's do that. So that's fine. And then this. Actually, I want to look at. I want to look at an image of her. Look for Zinnia. I want to look at her eyes a little better because I feel like the image that we picked was not the best for eyes. You know what I mean? It's like, so let's see. Zinnia Pokemon. I want to look at your eyes, girl. She does actually have a bit of like, obviously not this much. So like, what's with her eyes? Like she's got like this going on. So this part, it does go like a little thicker. And then the top, it's a little rounder than I initially thought. I think it's just like in that pose, she has like, it's a little sharper looking. Just because like she has her eyes a little closed. And then on the top, she has this one. That is so odd. No, it can't be just one. I think it's just the angle. Let me look. Oh, it's just one. It really is just one. What an interesting look. I usually do like at least two. But okay, it's interesting. That's such a unique way of doing the eyes. And then having it, the eyebrows. Her eyebrows are very thin. She has like very thin eyebrows. There you go. Like she has eyebrows, but they're thinner. They are on the thinner side. It's funny, I don't see any. There is a side profile. Oh, wow. Her face is different from what I imagined. I just saw a side profile of her. So her face goes like this, and then her nose is way farther down than I initially thought. I'm okay with that though. You know, like now that I look at it, it's okay. I don't mind that. Her face just goes down. And like technically her mouth will be like down here. Like it'll be like here. You know, and like she has like we could probably do like a little bit of line there. Hey, I think that works. That works. I feel like this works so much better than it did before. Oopsie. What is that? No. No. I want to look for the eyeball I had. This is the eyeball. I don't need the eyeball anymore. It was just for the shape, the initial shape of her. Like, we'll do the better line work, obviously, tomorrow. So let's jump into... Oh, I could do this one. So this will be like that, like that. Go. Oh, no. Something like that. Yeah, actually kind of like that. And then this one. Hold up. There we go. Hey, I like this. This looks way better than I initially thought we were going to get. And do a few of these. That's like one thing I just realized. This is horrible placement. I did it wrong. What am I doing? That is supposed to go on her back here. I don't know why I did that originally. Like I looked at it and was like, wait a minute, this like where's this connected? You know what I mean? I was like, that is not where it's supposed to be. Something like that. Yeah, that's gonna be way better. There we go. That's it. It's up there. I was like, why is it down here? Why did I even put it down there? I think it's because we laid it out in the beginning before I knew where like these things were going. Little crescent moons. Which is such an interesting placement of the crescent moons. Since they're like pretty much underneath her chest. So let's do this. Which looks like a dog bone. You know it does. You guys know it does. It looks like a dog bone. To me at least. I'm just gonna call it a dog bone. And then let's do that one, a little crescent shape. And this poor little Whimsor, or Whimsor? Yeah, Whimsor. It's just gonna be like chilling. It's like about to fall. I thought it was funny because I had messed up with the blue. I didn't realize. I was like, oh, I see that they're all blue. But then one of you guys brought it up like, no, actually blue is when they're coming out. Red is when they're coming back. I'm like, oh, I was like, that makes so much sense. I think I was like, that registers, like, I remember that. I remember seeing that. But I haven't seen the anime in so long that it just didn't register. And I don't think it's like that in the games. I don't remember seeing that in the actual games that they do, or do they do different colors? They might, and I might have just not realized it. You know, it might actually be like that in the games. I just haven't noticed. Let's see. Let's do this. Yeah, obviously this is not the finished version. This is just laying it out so we can get that finished version where it looks a lot better tomorrow. We might even finish it tomorrow and then do a devlog on Thursday. If we finish it tomorrow, then we could do a devlog on Thursday, which would be a nice day to do it. Eventually, I did mention I would like to do a have dedicated days for the devlogs and dedicated days for the doodles. You know, I was thinking Tuesday, Thursdays would be doodles, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday would be devs. But that's when I have things a little farther along. I did realize when I zoomed out, this tangent bothers me. So that is a tangent. Remember I was mentioning before how tangents can be a little annoying or bother you. That was one. The one where it's it was going with the cape that looked odd. So let's do this. See how that feels. Look at this thing. I feel like it doesn't look bad, right? Wait, actually, oh, you know what we're missing? I just realized. Just because there's so much action going on here, I didn't complete it. There needs to be her arm. Her arm needs to connect somewhere. So boom, boom. You would have to see the bottom right here. That would be her wrist. It's very simple, but it was a miss. I did miss it, and I was like, oh, look at that. It is missing something. I think this is gonna be it. This is a great starting point for tomorrow. Yeah, right. I think this is gonna be good. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, and it's look at exactly 1 hour and 38 seconds. That was a literally perfect amount of time for a stream. At least I feel the thing. And I think an hour or more is better. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Thank you so much, Flopix, Fantasia Night, or is it Fantasia Night, right? Fantasia Night. Also, Salty Pretzel, Oni Allen, Warmorka, Mr. Ghost, I believe was here briefly. Stinky Eggman 45. I know that's you, Warmorka, but I think it's kind of funny to say it. And who else? I think that was it for everyone who actually said anything. And I'm looking through really fast. And let's also check on the Discord just to make sure. I know it does tell me sometimes in Discord, but I have a feeling the Streamlabs doesn't always tell me everyone. You know what I mean? I feel sometimes it's I'll tell you sometimes, but not always. But either way, I'm out of here, guys. Please like, subscribe, do all that awesome stuff that helps me out, and hope to see you all very soon. See you next time. Goodbye.